I now call the Crosby Township Board of Trustees regular meeting to order for October 13th, 2025. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yep.
Here.
Mr. Lohman?
Here.
Mr. Heiss?
Here.
Approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held September 8th, 2025.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Hyab?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
We need these signatures in on this document where the tab is there. That'd be great.
Approval of the minutes for the special meeting held September 26th, 2025.
I believe we've got that one already signed, but we could do it again if we would like. So do we want a motion to approve?
I'll move that we accept the minutes on the special meeting.
Yes, second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Hyab?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and sign this document.
Approval to pay the bills as have been presented over the past month.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Hyab?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Now this one, we don't need any signatures on, but I've got a copy for the record. Thank you.
Okay, correspondence. West Chad meeting was last Thursday, October 9th in Miami Town. And we voted to hire Stephanie Bittner as captain, as was recommended by Chief Corbin. We approved the financial statements and to give raises to everyone at around 5%, as it had been 2 years since raises had been given. And Gwen Lawhorn will work as a backup with Bob in case something would happen to him that he couldn't do what he needs to do. The America 250, Brenda and I went to the meeting on September 11th in Miami Town. And then their next meeting is December 4th at 7 p.m. at McHenry Lodge in Miami Town. That's 8021 Harrison Avenue. There's a brush and leaf drop-off. The closest is Rumpke Landfill at 3800 Struble Road. It's every Saturday and Sunday from 8 to noon. They take brush up to 12-inch diameter. Leaves and grass clippings cannot be in plastic bags, either paper bags or in cans that they can dump out. It's Hamilton County residents only. And there's a Hamilton County Pitch and Empower for small businesses, October 22nd at Memorial Hall from 4 to 8 p.m., and that's free. I think Dennis got it too. Someone was concerned about speeding at 8200 New Haven Road. And then I also returned a call to somebody called here about the pet cemetery, which I'll bring up in zoning. And that's all I have. Dennis?
The only thing I have to add to that is I had a citizen contact me about a pothole on the bridge on New Haven Road going over Dry Fork Creek. I referred him to the Hamilton County Road Department, and the rest of my stuff has to do with the firehouse and the administrator position. That's all I have.
Thank you. Chuck?
Yeah, on September 24th, the County of Hamilton have an emergency management and homeland security agency. They want the residents and businesses to sign up for any emergency. They can sign up online at www.alert www.ALERTHC.org. Again, at www.ALERTHC.org. This is any type of emergency in Hamilton County. It could be a chemical, whatever. So, on November 1st, the Great Park had a drop-off for electronic recycle. It is located at 10245 Winton Road. It is from 9 in the morning to noontime. And the other thing I did, I went to a meeting October the 8th at Fernald Brazil. It's the 21st annual community meeting. It started at 6:30 and it lasted at 9 o'clock, 2.5 hours. I went in the past, but I don't remember it last that long. But they gave a 54-page handout. Give you a little history. Back in 1989, they stopped producing uranium. And in 1991, they formally stopped producing uranium. And starting in 1999, they started shipping to Utah. And they buried all that stuff in Utah. And what they did ship, they had take a big hole and line it with gravel and stuff, and they bury it. And now they're pumping water out there and monitoring the, and now they're saying they changed the estimate dates. They're pumping the water, now they're saying the South Plume be 2028 estimate before they get done. The South Field is 2041, and the waste storage area is 2048. So I don't think we are going to be around that time. But I guess it take a long time to pump all that water out and get all that uranium out there. So, but that's been going on since 1991. So I have. I do have another printout book here. So I think we already got one on the counter, but there's another one if anybody like to pick it up. And you also can stop over there and pick up information. I think they're open 5-6 days a week. So
Thanks, Chuck. Public at large, you want to go on up? Say who you are again and where you're from.
Sure. My name is Darpan, and I'm the owner of the Shell station that's at the corner of New Haven and 128. I'm here to, as per the last meeting, I requested trustees to see if they can endorse D1 or D5 liquor license to sell alcohol on premise. So I'd like to know if the decision has been made.
I think at the time we were waiting on Rick Espel to come back from vacation, see if everything was in line with his office. Can we table this until Rick comes back out when he does his report, and then we'll get what he has to say, and then we'll address your issue? Would that be okay?
That would be fine, but when would that be?
Just later in the meeting.
Later in the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, that should be fine.
Okay.
Do I need to hang around or?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry I skipped Sheriff. You're sitting there so quiet. Lieutenant DePaoli.
No worries. Good evening, everybody. Lieutenant Jeremy DePaoli, Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, with the October report for September 2025 in Crosby Township. Fortunately, again, as usual, very little noteworthy criminal activity going on up here. There's one theft from vehicle reported back on Branch Hill Court on the 1st of September. Gentleman had his license plate removed from his Dodge Durango during the overnight hours. One B&E up on Hamlin Cleves Road on the 13th of September. Unidentified masked suspect used a crowbar to force entry on a storage unit at the Yard Guys at 01:31 hours. Removed a power drill and other miscellaneous items. Total estimated losses right around $200. Telecommunications fraud. We've talked about this in the past meetings. Just be aware. Some of these things, these people are out there scamming. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. In this report, the victim advised between January of 2023 and September of 2025, so over the course of about 2.5 years, she was scammed via Telegram and Cash App. I'm not familiar with either of those, but she invested in these fraudulent companies called ITQ Trading Options and Next Generation Technologies. Her estimated losses on that were in excess of $13,000. And side note on that one, I believe she spent another $200,000 plus on attorneys, is what she reported, trying to get that straightened out. So beware. Another theft of a trailer up on Hamlin Cleves Road. 18-foot dual axle trailer was stolen from the side yard sometime between the 22nd and 26th of September. There's a family member with a drug addiction is the suspect on that one. And the last one I have here is a child endangering investigation reported on the 26th of September. The mother stated she observed her young son behaving unusually after he returned from a visit at his father's house. The child's jaw appeared swollen, and he indicated that his father had injured him. Other signs of injury were also present, so that one remains under investigation. Non-criminal reports, which cover medical emergencies, fire runs, and other miscellaneous things. There were 4 of those during the month of September. Criminal investigations during the reporting period, 4 cases were assigned, and as of the writing of this, which was last week, none of those had been closed yet. Traffic incidents, 4 auto crashes reported in Crosby Township for the month of September. 0 of those involved alcohol. Dispatch report, disregard this one. I think I told Mr. Lohman here that looking at, after I printed off the dispatch report, my old eyes are getting bad, fine print. It was some kind of error in the way it was written up, but they were the dispatches from August instead of September, which are the ones we want. So if anybody's really curious about that, I can get that information for you, but all the important stuff has been noted so far. The last 2 things I'll have here today, we talk about different scams and other odds and ends. So this one's kind of strange, but keep it in mind. It's called the AI as in artificial intelligence, homeless man prank. What they're doing on TikTok, it's always TikTok. They're using AI to superimpose photographs of suspicious looking persons in or around your house and to make it look like you have a burglary in progress or something, try to get a response out of you. We became aware of this down here in Miami Township. So those of you who might have teenagers who are pranksters might be trying to send this one. That's what happened down here. A teenager sent a photograph on this homeless man prank of some homeless looking guy appeared to be breaking into the house, sent it to her mother. And of course her mother had a meltdown and a freak out, as would be a natural response. Just be aware, again, ask questions before you let your emotions get the best of you. So, Last thing I have, again, DVERT, Domestic Violence Enhanced Response Team, a program run in conjunction with Women Helping Women, and that provides immediate resources and social services for the victims of domestic violence or abuse. No incidents in September for which social workers responded. More information on that is at www.womenhelpingwomen.org. Now, anybody have any questions, thoughts, concerns?
Yeah, Lieutenant, I would have a question. Do you have resources through the organization of the police and criminal organizations to put out publications that can get out to our citizens on email, on posters, have campaign, have a meeting here to make people aware of all these cyber and phone type of violations? Seems like we need more education in our community so that we can protect our citizens. What might be resources that you have available?
I will have to look into that. It's come up in the past in other places, I'm told, so I'll reach out to some of the other liaisons for townships and villages and see if they've had anything in the past. I vaguely remember there being some kind of presentation over on the east side a couple years ago.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, whatever you can do, it would be greatly appreciated.
It'd be nice to know how it was attended, too.
yeah. Well, again, I can't hammer this home enough. If something, trust your gut. If something doesn't sound right, I mean, all these scammers are going and hitting you in your emotions, particularly, some grandparents and so forth. They always want to, they go at your emotions and your vulnerabilities. That's just what predators do. So,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that maybe our older population may not be so keen on able to detect that. So we need education and resources that will support their judgment so they could just look at something and say, oh, this is probably this, call this number. Maybe it's our main number, maybe it's your main number, whatever it is, so that we can report it and help them prevent these incidences as opposed to you having to respond to them.
well, I would say when in doubt, we can start with this. Call our headquarters desk. When I'm in there for an hour or so an evening, it's not unusual to have multiple phone calls come in, and these things, it comes in waves. We don't hear anything for a month on a particular issue, and then 3-day period, we'll get 10, 15 calls on it. So when in doubt, don't is a good place to start. And when in doubt, just call us. We'll be able to pretty well tell you if this is something that's making the rounds and somebody trying to victimize you.
So for people out here like wanting to call the non-emergency number, should they still do the regular number, or is there a number up here at the dispatch on New Haven Road that they could call?
I'll give it to you right now if you're ready to copy. 513-825-1500. That will get you 825-1500. That will get you our desk clerk. We'll be able to usually make a pretty informed decision on that, and if not, they will be able to send an officer out to your house to look into it a little bit more.
So that's for the whole county, that number?
Correct.
So there's no number like on New Haven Road. They would just refer it to there?
Everything runs through our
That
headquarters
number.
because that's going to be the one that's staffed around the clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Sure.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
And there was a complaint on speeding 8200.
Yeah.
Even did I hear that correct?
Yeah, I think, did you, I mean, I emailed them back. They said that they had talked to someone about, and they said they would increase patrols or something.
Yeah, I was hauling grain up through there after I seen that email.
Oh, I thought maybe it
And
was you that
there
they
was
were.
there was a sheriff talking to the individual,
Okay, good,
so
good,
that should have been handled.
very good. All right, anybody else out in the crowd? Everybody's happy-ish? All right. Everybody have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Bob, did you want to talk? Bob, did you
Bob
want
may.
to talk?
Yeah, go on up, Bob. We'll have a short discussion about concerns about the cost overruns. So I'll lead it, and you can chime in if I'm off to the side. When the building was first put out for bids, it was Bob May is our consultant that helps with the building project. He oversees the day-to-day happenings, what's out there, make sure things are going according to plan. When we put the building out for bid and the bid was accepted, we took the low bid. They went down to the zoning or planning department down at Hamilton County. They decided that it was in the floodplain. And so we had to address issues of the building being in the floodplain, which encompassed them making us put a waterproof barrier around all of the living quarters of the existing building and incorporate that into our new addition that we were putting on. So we had numerous delays. They weren't real sure what they were doing down there and going back and forth, and it set us back several months. And so we finally got approval to do that. Well, when we started doing that, we had to take the existing air conditioning heating system away from the building so that we could get the wall to seal it up through behind it. That was during the heat of the summer, so we had to get a portable air conditioner rented to keep the firehouse cool. I tried getting 2 room air conditioners out of Home Depot. I thought I did the math on square footage. It should have worked, but that's a metal clad building with not much insulation in it, and there was no way we could keep it cool. So we had to take and rent from Ohio Cat portable air conditioner for about 6 weeks, and that cost us about $7,000. I saved $500 going each way because I hauled it out and I hauled it back, so we reduced some costs there. When we put the air conditioning unit back on, we had to elevate it up out of the floodplain. We had to have a new pad. The maintenance department, we had scrapped a couple of concrete picnic tables over the River Road Park, and it just so happened 2 of those slabs took care of the slab that we needed, so we didn't have to pour another concrete slab, so we saved some money there. We were replacing all the foot lockers in the building because what the fire people had there were all mismatched. That was in the original bid. We did some homework. We could buy them cheaper. We saved several $1,000s purchasing them ourselves, so we eliminated some costs there. As they came through the firehouse, one wall was not fire protected, and it just so happened it was the wall that came up against the part where the fire people slept. And so all these issues kept adding cost and more cost because we had to do demolition to get that part of the building opened up so we could put a block wall up that was fire rated. When it came to waterproofing, we had to put in waterproof doors down all the doors that went in and out, and then the ones that went out into the work bay, they had to have a 3-hour burn on top of that, burn through. We couldn't hardly find them. They finally found them, and they're $11,000 a piece. So it was just one thing after the other that keeps driving the cost of this up. And the original bid price was at around $785,000. we're up just about, with the last change orders that are coming through, it's going to put us over $1 million. And we've tried to limit some cost. We were going to put new flooring in where they bunk. We decided to eliminate that thought because that was $13,000 or $16,000 that we could save. We thought we would do that at a different time. But there's other things that we have to do in order to make the building right. And it's one of those things where that building was converted from a meeting building and maintenance building to the firehouse, and things were overlooked as far as bringing everything up to code. Now we're bringing everything up to code. And anything you can add to that, Bob?
Not really. I mean,
it's just one thing after the other.
But for instance, is when we did the storage building, pre-engineered metal building, you only needed 8 inches of insulation in the roof. Well, after we had already put it out for bid, they changed the code. It went from 25 to 49. So you got a double insulation in both the office space and in the truck bay. So again, you know, in the other part of the building, which is existing, you don't have 49.
Right.
It's kind of things that the code keeps saying and changing, and for us to get approval from the inspectors, we've got to do what they say.
Yeah, in order for us to get occupancy, we have to get everything brought up to code.
Now, one thing we were able to do, because of the 26-week delivery date for those 3-hour fire doors, they will give us a temporary occupancy to use that building till they come in, because it's ridiculous. You know, why have something that you can't get?
Right. So, you know, we've been trying to trim costs when we can. It's just one of those things that we have to bring this building up to code, and who would have nobody's ever seen water in that part of New Haven. But now we had to flood proof it up 18 inches.
Well,
Because
a
that's-
little bit of that was when Katrina came through, they went all over the United States and raised the flood levels by 2+ feet automatically. No reason, it's just that they said, we're going to do this. So, and one of the things we did fight through it, they wanted us to raise the entire floor in the firehouse. And we said, wait a second, the permit was back in '88. There should be no reason that we have to redo something that met code. And now, just because you made a law that says anything new has to be, so we definitely got that grandfathered, or we would have had to do it in the fire station. And I'm going, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
We at least won that one, but most of them we haven't been able to.
So, you know, it's not like we just walking down this road willy-nilly. We've been trying to get stuff done, and we've been canceling some things, just like you go over there, the ceiling tile, or in the firehouse where they have their meeting room and everything. That ceiling tile is 50 years old. It's not white anymore. It's kind of gray. And when we put the bid out, there's replacing all the ceiling tile because we got a new addition that's got white, and you walk out of that, we wanted the rest of it to be white. So, I mean, we're that needed to be done, just probably more health than anything. Any ceiling tile that's been there that long. But, you know, it's just one of those things where you start going down this path, and because that building is converted from something else, we're stuck bringing it up to code, and for us to get occupancy, we got to do it. So, does anybody got any questions on that?
So I do. 2 questions. One, we took the low bid. If we had to go back and look at all these change orders, would we have made a different choice on the primary construction vendor based on all these changes? That's the first question. Would we have made a different choice from the low bid? And the second question goes along this way. Well, we're spending $1 million. And did we, after we found out that these changes were going to be required, did we look at other options? Like maybe it had been almost as cheap to build another building as opposed to renovating what we've got? Or do we need the $1 million in it? Could we have gotten by with something less? So purpose, function, delivery, cost, scope, and quality all need to be considered. And it sounds like you knew some of these changes were going to happen early in the life cycle of the project. So what considerations did you give to all that?
Well, we put it out for bid,
Yep.
okay? And you have to have multiple bidders.
Yep.
We had 2 bidders. One was at $750,000. The other one is at $1.1 million. So,
And
That was without knowing about the flood issue.
right,
Okay, so that's comparing apples to apples,
right.
740-ish to
And
$1 million.
then we went in to get a permit. Every time we went in to get the permit, the county said, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do that. So it was a work in progress because the county didn't tell us up front we had to do all that. The only way they found out that what we needed is we had an architect, he got the information, he sent it in the way the bid was prepared, and that took 6 months. So there was a great delay. We've also had a delay because of the permit. We didn't get the permit for almost a year. But we've been working on it since our bid date in February. We didn't get our permit till almost,
And did we have architectural drawings before we got bids?
we had it was a design build project, outline spec.
Okay, so we did not have architectural drawings
We
approved.
did with a scope of work that showed what needed to be built. Yeah. I've been doing design, build, construction for over 40 years. It's the cheapest, most economical way, because you don't want to have an architect let them design what they want, because if you'll see all the firehouses around, they don't want to do anything that isn't easy, fast, and economical. They want to build a Taj Mahal. You guys didn't want to build a Thomas Smith Hall. You wanted to use what you had, try to do it the best way you can, and still have a very active firehouse.
Bob, just one question. Do you know when they might issue the certificate of, what's it called, provisional or temporary occupancy? Is there a
Well-
timetable
well,
for that?
Basically, right now, we're pretty close to having all the electric done, all the HVAC, the painting, the floor. So we're going to be able to occupy the office. Okay? And pretty soon, right after that, we'll be able to use the truck bay. We're very close with that. Matter of fact, I went over there earlier today, and they've got all the equipment over there to put in the new
Septic.
sewer system.
Septic.
Yeah. So we've got everything.
You think before Thanksgiving or before Christmas?
Rick can tell you that, but I think it'll be done before that.
Before Christmas or before Thanksgiving?
Before the end of the month of October.
So everything's finally in place.
Before the end of October, Rick said.
Yeah.
Things are starting to come together pretty fast, so
Right.
the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of stuff getting tied up, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm starting to feel better about it because you can see the end.
Well, and this week, they should be putting that curb around, because they want to put the curbs in first, and then they can fill that dirt, get everything lined up, ready to go, and then Rick can get his stuff done. And you can see light at the end of the tunnel.
As far as building a new firehouse, for one thing, because of our financial, we're not auditable yet. We can't borrow money. And a new firehouse would run us probably in the neighborhood of 3 to 4 million, at least.
Yeah.
So
At least.
that's out of the question. And we'd have to find a place to build it, so.
We have property in Fort Scott, but we lost it.
So, but you know, if you put two firehouses up, then you got to hire enough personnel to man both firehouses. So there's a whole set of problems there too. So at this point, we
Finish.
took the best route available to us, which should last us 15 to 20 years, I would think. And we have a collaboration going on with several other fire departments and doing a study to see if we have a joint fire district, what that would entail. So, you know, we're continually working on providing a good service to our community. So at the best price we can. It's just that when we got into this mess, it turned out to be a grade A mess. So.
Well, and, you know, the last couple of projects we've done together, the shelter everything worked real good. The storage building that we've got, you know, I use the exact same specifications for the storage building that I did with the addition for the firehouse. And it went real smooth and didn't have any problems because we didn't have some of the situations, because you don't have people living in it. You know, the storage building, it's a nice, easy building to make, but once you put people in it and you do all that other stuff, it gets more complicated. And how do you do it, and how do you manage it? And a little bit different animal.
All right, we good?
Thanks, Bob.
Okay,
Thanks.
have a good
Anybody
rest
else?
of your evening. There's a lot of good football and baseball games on, so you better get done fast.
Legal, Alan?
No report.
Maintenance, Jim?
Well, we took down the flags on the streets, and then we redid the pallet racking over in the building. We lowered it down so you don't have to raise a fork truck so high so nobody tears the heaters and the gas lines out of the building. And we made it to where the first number, when you look at the top of the page of the numbers that was it when they were up there, that's the first number you see when you look at it on them, to make it easier to find. And then we worked on the lights on the memorial out here. There, half of them's burned out, but they were always filled with water. So me and Jeff Kiss was talking, and we thought, trying to figure out how the water's getting in them. So I plugged, caulked all the pipes coming into them, caulked all of them closed. Now, we checked them this morning after the rain we had the other day, and there's no water in them, so we wait a couple more rains before we put any more money into that and decide what we're gonna do with the lights. There's only 5 of them working. And, before we put new light fixtures in them cans down in the ground, them, they're, you know, you got the glass on them.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the water's what's messing them up. So we plugged everything up to where the water could come in there and hoping and now the only thing we gotta do is make sure it's not coming in the top. Then I think we'll be able to put new fixtures in there because they're all rusted out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we messed with that. Filled potholes in New Baltimore and New Haven. And I've been making new mulch beds. I don't know if you noticed, bigger. We did it, you know, we moved the signs down here when you walk on the walking trail and mulched all that area instead of going in between them signs. We changed them and mulched that, and then we're mulching over here at where the mailbox is, and we had little 2-foot strips between things. We're mulching all that and around the septic system. So we just got to mow that around the lids and that. So, and we serviced the mowers. And I got a thing. Brenda sent me an email last week. The mail was wet in the mailbox.
The bottom is shown.
There's water's getting in it. And I was going to go to the post office, and I don't know why the mailbox is way over there anyway. And I was going to move it to right outside the door here by one of them posts on the porch there.
Oh, keep it under the building.
It'll be under, and they can come right up the curb and get in the mailbox.
Yeah.
And it'll be under the roof, and Jamie or whoever, Brenda, whoever gets the mail. If it's pouring down rain, they don't got to walk across the lot, or when the snow or the ice and everything, it would be right there.
Makes sense to me.
So, but I don't know if I have to ask the post office if I'm allowed to move the mailbox. I was going to run down there tomorrow morning and ask.
Yeah, you probably have to because they get pretty particular about that, I guess. So.
But that was my idea. It's just bolt it over there, unbolt it over there, and bring it over here, put it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Against one of them columns. And I was going to even ask the mail person when he came here if he wanted it on this side of one of them columns or that side of one of the columns. So, no, I know I'm going to ask both. Because I don't want him to come and say, I can't find a mailbox. So that's another thing I thought of today when Brenda brought that up, that we can just bring it underneath this porch and so.
Sounds like a
Did
good
you ever
idea.
figure out, because one of the trucks didn't have plates on it, I guess?
Well, that's what, kind of figured it out. Now I got to go back down to this BMV and tell them they got to give me a license plate. It came in your name. Was you working on that, or?
I signed all, when we had to get, I had signed the titles when we had to get, when Alan had to get a title. Remember, we didn't have
On
a
the
title.
previous one.
Yeah.
But the most recent one, when you showed it to me, you don't have the title to that, do you?
I thought we did have we have the title, we just don't have plates.
We have a title, registration, a temporary tag number, and all that, but they said I have to go down there and get the license plate. I guess the trucks we've had it since 2006. So I don't know. I think somebody was working on it before I got here.
There is a form, Doug, that
You
gets
say who
filled
you
out.
are.
There's a form that you fill out.
Can you say who you are, please?
Brian Carter. There's a form that the township fills out and sends to Columbus, and we get township tags at no cost, but they're sent here. The BMV doesn't give you those tags. You have to order them through the License Bureau up in Columbus. That's what we had to do with all the old trucks that we had. And the truck you're talking about, Jim, Harry never got from Hag Ford, never got the title, and Alan had to go through a bunch of hoops to get it. But you order these tags through the state of Ohio. And Charlie, somewhere in the fiscal office, I had a folder with the form in it that you use to get these tags. I don't know where it's at, but I had one. There's a one-page form that you have to complete.
I'm sure we can get it online. We'll go look
And
for
you
it.
just mail it up to Columbus, and they'll mail you back the license plate. It's no cost to the township.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Jamie had talked to somebody in Columbus, because I got a number from the from the License Bureau, who to call to do that, and they told her, no, you got to go through local License Bureau from Columbus. The numbers, so
Someplace there's the
we've
truth.
we've had this truck since 2006.
We gotta find it. Yeah. Find out what we gotta do.
So, I mean, it don't go anywhere but right here.
Right.
Jamie, will you take an action item on that one? Thank you. Thank you.
Take a what?
An action item. Go follow up on it, get the answer. Yeah, to-do list.
You want all them paper? You want all the papers back? Okay.
Did you ever find mulch for the playgrounds or whatever to put on them?
No, I was waiting until you. We hired an administrator. I guess that administrator, is they gonna do grant work or what? Because I was told by the guy who used to put them up that right now we're grandfathered because of when they were put on. We should be grandfathered in, and I was going, instead of spending a bunch of money to make all them things bigger, I was going to see about putting a grant in because they all need to be replaced.
I was talking about just the mulch around them.
Yeah, but if you do
that'd be
it the
part
way you're
of it, you
supposed to
mean.
do, you're supposed to be.
Right, a lot bigger. Because I saw that you can also use, I think it said sand and pea gravel, or also,
Yeah, but that just makes a mess.
but you never have to replace. With mulch, so you got to keep putting it on every few years or whatever. But
Well, that gravel will be,
we have to have a barrier. I mean, a way to contain it.
yeah.
I don't know. That's fairly inexpensive to get, since it's local. But
Yeah, but I thought I was, because Jamie just asked me that today about the, because Tarman wanted to know. And I thought, well, why spend all the money if they're going to tear them back out?
yeah, if they have to.
If we get,
But I mean, that's an option for when you get to that.
yeah, I
point.
got the papers, pea gravel and this and that, but
Yeah.
the only thing bad about pea gravel, it ends up everywhere in the kids like to throw pea gravel, kick it out of the, kick it and mulch. They don't do that too. So, but I was just see what went on if we got a grant to
To do it all.
do it, put new ones in.
Okay.
Because I imagine, I don't know, Lida, do you know how old them ones that's across, that playground is across the street from you?
More than 30 years old.
No. So,
Is that all you got?
yep.
Anything else?
Oh, do you want me to, I got that thing, that pothole thing, do you want me to call Rob Dumpkin at the county and tell him about that, or,
I told the individual to
okay,
call. I gave him the phone number. I haven't heard back. Of course, I haven't been in my house all day to look at my emails, but I'm assuming,
I can call him tomorrow and see if they called or something.
yeah, I can pull him up on my phone, get it before I leave tonight.
All right, thanks, Jim. Fire
I've
Chief
told him 2
Davis.
years.
September run totals, we had 33 EMS details, 21 fire details, for a total of 54 during September. One of our career members lost his wife unexpectedly to cancer last month. I want to thank the following fire and police departments for their assistance and guidance that they gave us during a difficult time. I want to thank Whitewater, Harrison, Ross, Morgan, and Miami Township Fire Departments. I want to thank West Jed, Harrison Police, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, our chaplain, Mark Garrett, and the members of Crosby Township Fire Department. This was just another example of how close we work together and proves that this profession is a true second family. We had 2 public relation events at the park during the month of September. One of our firefighter paramedics will be retiring in November. Stephanie Bittner will be retiring from the fire service. Her last day will be November 20th of this year. Stephanie's been in the fire service for many years and has been with us for over 5.5 years. I've attached a letter from firefighter Bittner that she wrote to this report for you to read. I want to thank Stephanie for all of her hard work and time she put into Crosby Township Fire Department, and we wish her the very best in her future endeavors. With that open career position, I want to promote one of our part-time personnel, firefighter paramedic Kevin Kelsey, has the experience and is ready to step up to fill that position. This will give the township time to fill out the paperwork and get the physical in order before he's put on rotation. With Stephanie leaving at the end of a pay period, I'd like to have Kevin to start at the beginning of a pay period. So his first day would be November 23rd, which was the first day of a pay period. And I've attached his hourly pay rate to that report for you. And the last thing I have is I was just given a copy of the proposal for the Joint Fire EMS District study this evening, about an hour ago. I'd like to table that until the November meeting, so I have a chance to talk to the other fire chiefs about the cost of the proposal and make sure we're still all on board with it before we vote on it. It is timed for an answer within 120 days. Next November, we'll put it right around 91 to 94 days, so we do have time before it expires. You okay with that tabling until November?
So do we need a motion then to hire Kevin Kelsey for full-time?
Career firefighter paramedic to replace Stephanie Bittner.
I make that motion.
Second.
Roll call. Mr. Heiss? Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Hyab?
Yes.
For me.
All right.
And we talked about the firehouse. That's all I have, unless you have something.
We've talked about the firehouse. The only other thing I have is I was looking at replacing the lighting out in the bays. They're all fluorescent. And I was looking at LED lights. One of our neighbors on up next to me, electrician, has a bunch of lights that was overstocked, and he came down. Can't think of their name right now. My mind went blank. T.J. Williams. And they thought that the receptacles, the fixtures that are 8-footers would be $367 a piece, and the 4-foot lights were $190. So it'd be around $5,000. But since we're running in all the other costs on the rest of the firehouse, I think I'll wait until after the first of the year and let the dust settle before I tackle that job. And
Make bulbs now, you can replace them.
yeah,
I mean, that's all you have to do is replace, it was that much just to replace the bulbs in them?
no, that was replacing the
whole
entire
fixtures.
fixtures, because
Oh.
those fixtures over there, I don't know if they're new enough to just put the bulbs in them.
They have them now that they
Do
have
they?
bulbs now that you don't have to do it, you just put the bulbs
Okay, well, I
in.
might look into that.
To St.
so-
Somebody just did a bunch of them. St. John's did, I think, down at their school.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll look into it. That's all I have.
Anything else for Chief Davis? Thank you. Community Coordinator, Brenda?
Hi, everybody. I'm here to tell you tonight about all the things happening in October. And I've usually teased about the fact that I could probably start with my husband, but that I talk too much and I make stories a little bigger and takes a little more time. And today there were so many things that were going on in October, I decided to make bullets, little bullet points. And so we're all ready for that. I'm going to just start with the beginning. October 7th, we had our senior club meeting and Oktoberfest luncheon, and there were 40 attendees. On October 8th, we went on a senior River Roots cruise on the Celebration Bell when there were 35 people on that one. We continue to have chair volleyball on Thursdays. This month is October 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. Our yoga classes are every Tuesday right here from 6 to 7 p.m. October 12th, the Crosby Boy Scouts Pancake Breakfast was a success, I hear, from 8 to 1 p.m. They must have served a lot of pancakes. October 15th, that's coming up this week. Real soon here, Crosby Cafe, third Wednesday of the month always. It's live music with Ronnie Hollowell's band from 7 to 9. The Crosby Historical Society meeting is warmly welcoming everyone at 7 p.m. And I don't see the date on that, but I think it's Thursday. I guess it would be probably the 16th, have to be. October 18th, Harrison High School is coming out here with the Creative Drama Club, and they are doing a walking trail designed for crazy, scary scenes. They're calling it the Cynical Carnival. It's $5, and you can also purchase popcorn, cotton candy, and Kona ice from 7 to 10 p.m. October 22nd, the Senior Club Volunteer Service Project is going to happen for Crosby teachers. They'll be the ones who benefit from us working at crayons to computers in their warehouse. Then they can go in and do school shopping in their store from 9 to noon. That'll be the 22nd. On the 23rd, dinner with friends, Senior Club, we always like to eat. We're going to the Hoosier Ice House, 37 West High Street, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, at 5 p.m. That's the 23rd. On the 28th, we are going to get on the Croswell bus. It's our first kind of big bus trip, and we're going to Stearns, Kentucky for a train ride to, it's called their Fall Color Excursion to the Blue Heron Coal Mine, lunch in Whitley City. It's a original 50s dairy bar lunch, and then we're going to stop at Cumberland Falls and take photographs of the fall leaves and the waterfall. Lastly, on that end of things, I'm working with Kate Rutherford. She's the troop leader, 4804 of the Crosby Brownie Girl Scouts. And we're going to start an Adopt a Grandparent program. And we already have run this at our first meeting here in October, and we have enough volunteers for every one of the brownies. So I'm very happy about both sides. That should be fun. We're going to work on that. Lastly, I just have a quick question of the trustees, and that is, last month I had a yellow folder that I passed out for y'all to look at to decide if you wanted the employee manual, which is ready to roll out. Did you want it to have that yellow folder with just the places that they would actually sign, and then the department head have that white, bigger notebook? Or did you originally, I think we had talked about everyone having the notebook. So I don't, and they have to read the notebook, but get it from their department head, when they, on their own time. If you go with the suggestion I got from someone up there, I'm not sure which person did, a few months back. So all I need to know is, which way would you like to go? Do you want to have a small yellow, binder or folder of a lot of all the documents that required a signature? That's all that would be in there, but they'd still have to, of course, read with their department head the manual. Or we can give everybody the manual. We just have to put it together one way or the other. But I didn't hear back anything.
I think.
Hey, it's gray. What am I saying? Yellow. I have yellow folders now. I can trade it out for you.
Yellow, and I was pulling up a
You're
blank
probably
in
thinking
my
yellow,
head.
yellow. All the folders I have right now are yellow. That must have been the end of the gray. It's been too long. I didn't remember.
I think every employee ought to have the entire
Okay.
booklet to take home that they have. That way, it's in their possession all the time.
Sure, no problem.
And then
Yep.
they sign off on that last page, and that page is taken out and stored in the
We'll get a
fiscal
copy.
officer.
Right, and I think they need a copy and we need a copy for, don't
Yeah.
you, for that? We
I
both
think
have
that's
it.
that's my opinion.
Okay,
That's fine with me.
all I needed was just the green light go.
That's a green light.
All right, got it. That's all in my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Brenda. Fiscal, Charlie.
Do we want
You
to?
said you had nothing tonight?
I got a bunch of things. I was just wondering if we wanted to do in zoning, so we could let our
That's
friend here
fine.
from
Yeah, why don't we? We got Rick
Shell.
here. Rick, the gentleman here about the Shell station, liquor permits, he's wanting us to give our okay to that. Is everything on board with you down there as far as?
Does he know what we're even talking about? Why don't you get up again and then you can, because Rick's in here now. You do?
My name is Darpan again. In the last meeting, I asked trustees if they're willing to endorse a liquor license that I'm trying to obtain to serve on premise, which it could be D1 or D5. Since you were absent last meeting, they asked me to come back today and see what's your thoughts on that.
Well, as far as zoning's concerned, we don't have a problem with it. There's actually nothing in the zoning book
Right.
in regards to it. But
I just wanted to make sure that they had everything that they were supposed to meet on zoning is met.
yeah, I went down and did an inspection right before they opened up, and what was required, they took care of. So
Okay.
everything was fine.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any opposition for you getting the liquor license. And
Would you need a resolution, or do you need something in writing to,
Yes, please. That would be great.
we need to come up. I'll tell you what, can we can vote tonight, but we'll craft a resolution and get it to you.
That's fine. So as soon as I get the votes, I'm probably going to reach out to the lawyer tomorrow. So if the lawyer needs anything, they might reach out to you, the
Okay,
township. Yeah.
okay. I make the motion that we adopt a resolution and to support your requiring the required liquor license to operate your store.
What particular liquor license, we ought to put that in the resolution.
Yeah.
What liquor license
Yeah,
are
which,
you asking us to endorse?
D5.
D5?
Yes.
Okay.
But if for any odd reasons, if I might have to change it to D1, is that still a possibility?
You just have to come back and twist our arm again.
Or I can offer you.
Does it
a free
matter in
drink.
the resolution if we say D1 or D5? No. So we can state D1 or D5 and that opens the
Okay,
door for you?
That will be great.
I'll amend my motion that we have D1 or D5.
Okay.
What resolution number is that going to be, Charles?
22?
Nope.
No, I
I think it's 23.
Okay.
Look at your minutes,
It's-
the 26th meeting, and the last number was used on the last resolution in your meeting minutes. I think your starting number is 23. I sent you an email telling you what number was available.
That was the email that went out today.
Okay.
Just one.
So it'll be 23 of 2025.
22 is the last one.
So it'll be, this will be 23.
Yep. Okay. So you'll draft the resolution. We got a motion. We need a second.
I second it.
Roll call.
Mr. Hyab?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me ask you one other question.
Yes, sir.
In whose name is this liquor license going to be? It's going to be a company or?
It's going to be
individual?
under the company, New Haven Express Incorporation.
New Haven
Express Incorporation.
Express, Inc. Okay.
Do you have maybe give Alan a contact in case he needs something else from you?
Sure. I'm ready whenever you are. 513-448-8150.
What's your first name?
Darpan, D-A-R-P-A-N.
Okay.
Remember our faces when we come in there to get a drink.
Yes, sir. Definitely. We'll probably do a grand opening then. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, Rick, you're up for your report. Oh, no, we're not. We're back to the fiscal officer.
We're
gonna
doing.
finish Rick.
Oh, that's right.
Finish
okay.
Rick out.
Yeah.
We had 6 zoning certificates issued last month. 2 for swimming pools, 1 deck, 1 patio, 1 accessory building, and 1 driveway extension. And we've got a BCA meeting coming up October 23rd at 6:30 concerning a property on 128. And that's all I have.
I had a question that someone contacted the township and then I called her back about the pet cemetery on Mount Hope Road is just like abandoned basically, and someone might be wanting to buy it to build a house there on there or something. And I guess what they want to know is, are there any kind of restrictions on because of that? Since it was a pet cemetery, can that still be? I know it's private property.
Well, I mean, they can build a house. I know that if it's people's cemetery, they've got to get.
Well, yeah, that's totally
That's a
different.
whole
But I
different
guess
thing.
the
But as
lady's
far as-
point, the woman's point was a lot of people paid money to have their pets buried there and stuff. Are there
far
any
as the
state
township's
laws or
concerned-
anything about that?
Unless they're, nothing that I know of.
Could you maybe look into it or just see if there's anything? Because, I mean,
Let me add just one little thing. I know it's not a legal, comment on my part, but I've had a few calls from some people who are the pet owners or their family line and whatever, very concerned about that as as a community issue. Oh my, they're like, we've got, markers and stones and pets and all that, and how could that ever happen here? That type of thing. And I encouraged them, not this person, but I encouraged them to come and talk to you all and to speak, their heart about what the problem was. But they haven't, maybe we're kind of intimidated, kind of didn't, we're kind of afraid to come or something. I don't know really why. But at any rate, it was a phone call. I've had a couple of those about that. So I'm just saying there is some sentiment from the community that they have pets that are there.
I mean, the only organization I could think of talked to is the SPCA to see if they would have any feedback on it.
so you don't think there's anything through the state? There'd be no kind of rules or anything, or?
I have no idea. That's why I think the SPCA, if they don't know anything, maybe they can point
I
in the
think
right
maybe
direction.
You'd probably get a hold of the Ohio Township Association, call them up, and they would steer you
Yeah.
in the right direction, because when I run up into something that I'm not, I don't know where to go, OTA is the place where they can give you a heads up on what to do. Since we're a member and,
I'll check that out then.
yeah.
If you hear something, let me email or let me know or call me, and then I can get back to her or whatever.
Let me just
Okay.
add one more tiny spot you might look, Rick, is that I know that in the state auditor's book, there's a section on cemeteries, and I don't know that it covers pets, but they do, have a whole
Well, yeah, I mean,
overseeing
that's
group
for
that
people, it's
looks
totally
into
different.
cemeteries. So that might be another option.
Hopefully they won't laugh at you.
Anything else?
Thanks,
Okay.
Rick. Did you say you were going to skip you tonight?
I don't think my name is Skippy.
All right, Charlie.
All right, first thing is that we got a bank reconciliation. I think each of you received one of those. We're all balanced out, so that's good. So I don't think I have to get it approved, but it is submitted to you. So we've got the STAR report and the Fifth Third report attached to that bank reconciliation. Any questions?
I think we do have to sign that sheet, though.
You have to sign my top sheet.
Yeah.
So we can pass that around. All right. The next thing, which is a hot topic of discussion, since I've come in here, we had a CPA firm that was going to do some work for us for the IRS. Then we looked at another company, and we haven't really engaged it, but I'm going to start it on my own. So you should have a copy of what I called the forensic audit of IRS filings and Crosby Township obligations. So we're submitting it to the trustees, copy provided to interested parties, which would be legal counsel, the IRS. There's a lot of people breathing down my throat. Hamilton County auditors, the auditor of the state of Ohio, Warren Davidson's office, and Cindy Abrams' office, and Ohio Department of Tax. So per the letter that we got from Warren Davidson on September the 4th, all the findings below, which I've got in this table, and you've got in your handout, against Crosby Township and under the management of the prior fiscal officers and assistant fiscal officers. So all the 2025 filing issues have been resolved, thanks to Jamie. She's been working on that. We got a refund due to us for March of more than $20,000. And there was no mention in this report from Davidson's office on 22, 23, or 24, so there may be open items there. State audits for those periods have not yet been completed. So as you go through this report, you see that Warren Davidson's office found that in March of 17 through December of 18, there were some issues with some 941s and proof of mailing. So we're going to make the request that we get all this information pulled together. Disclosure mentions payments. There's hundreds of payments during all these years. Of course, we make those every payroll period. So we got to research those years for payments. We did look for payments in 2017. It's going to come up here in just a few moments. We did find that we made the ACH deposits, so I think the IRS has all the money. It's just a matter of getting the paperwork in the right forms applied. And then in June of 2020 and December of 21, we had late filing penalties without documentation. I'm not really sure what this really means, so again, this is the reason it's called a forensic audit. March of 17, we had a balance due of $42,000. The IRS filed a return for the taxpayer. This is what Warren Davidson's office said. I need to get conclusive evidence that they really did this. It does not appear that the return was properly processed, so we're going to seek a meeting with the IRS to determine the reason that they didn't process this return. If the IRS filed a return for Crosby Township, we'll need to make sure that we get evidence to that effect. September of 17, balance due of $10,859. And the IRS said they filed the return for us, so that's good news, but I need to confirm and get a copy of that return. December of 2017, a balance was due of $16,438. Davidson's office said the IRS filed a return for us. I need to confirm that again. March of 2018, balance due with $25,345.04. The IRS filed a return for us, supposedly. Let's confirm that. Return was received by the IRS from the taxpayer. Does not appear that the return was processed properly. So there's some mutual responsibilities here on each and every one of these line items. We'll need to research why the IRS did not process the return. Maybe it was matching, maybe it was the wrong form. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. June of 2018, the balance due was $13,639.70. The IRS filed a return for the taxpayer, so we need to confirm that. that the processing was done at the IRS and get that returned to us. September of 2018, balance due was $23,154.64. The IRS filed the return for us. Again, I need to confirm that and get a return sent back to us. December of 2018, a balance due was $15,490.34. His office said the IRS filed this return for us. I need to confirm it. And then we had March of 2019 through December of 2019. The exam department adjusted the account for the return, assessed a balance that was paid. This needs research, and the work has not yet begun. So we've got still a lot more work to do, either through us or through an agent that we will engage. Here comes some good news. March of 2020, no issue on the return filed and paid, so no action is required on our part. June of 2020, the return was filed and paid. IRS Form 941X indicates indicators are not processed, so I'm not sure what this really means. So we got to get somebody to work with us at the IRS. That's the reason I'm trying to identify an agent that will help us. September of 2020, no issue. The return was filed and paid. There's no actions required. December of 20, no actions required. March of 21, no actions required. And June of 21, no actions required. September, no action. September of 2021, no actions required. We get to December of 21. This is the final reporting that he gave us. The balance due was $59.7258. Return was received in March of that year, but not processed until September of 22. It appears that this return was filed in a timely manner and paid, so we just need to confirm that no further action is necessary. Next contact date proposed by Warren Davidson's office is the 20th of October, 2025. So we need to get this document signed by the trustees and our attorney, Alan Trenz, and then I will submit this report to Warren Davidson's office as to our status as of this date. And then each month, I'll make sure that I update this document and get the trustees to sign off. And then if you agree that once you get, I get your signatures, that I can make the copies available to Warren Davidson's office, Cindy Abrams' office, Ohio Department of Tax, and then I keep on getting notices from the auditor of the state of Ohio and from the Hamilton County auditor that they're going to keep on breathing down our neck until we get all these issues resolved. And then with the IRS, then I'll make copies of each of these statements and the statuses and the submissions and the copies of evidence that I've been able to obtain, and I'll submit those each month to get this all resolved. It's my hope that we're not going to owe all this money, because it looks like at worst case it's a form filing issue. Seems like they've got their money. Now we just got to button it up. So if you're all in agreement that this is the right course of action to take, I've got a signature line on this table where you all can sign, and then I will get this report out and about to all the interested parties that seems to be concerned about our payroll tax processing from 2017 to 2021.
Al?
I just need to understand, you need the trustee's signature on this?
So that I'm authorized to give it to all these other parties that
Okay.
keep on asking.
And I don't know if, I'm the attorney, I don't really have any vote or
That's
say in
fine.
this, so I don't think.
I'm
I
still
should-
learning, Alan.
Yeah. I mean, my name's on here, that you
Yeah, yeah.
didn't say, it didn't look like I needed a signature, and I don't think I need to sign it.
Okay, that's fair.
Since it's really, the
Trustee,
authorization has to come from the trustees.
right. Yeah, I'll do all the work. and I'll continue to file the status.
You've been doing a lot of work, Chuck.
I have.
Thank you.
Probably need a motion and.
Probably need a motion to,
Yeah, I'll move that we accept your forensic audit.
okay, so moved, and now I need a second.
I second it.
Okay, Mr. Heiss,
Roll
okay,
call.
we'll do a roll call. Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
All right. So based on the signatures and the approval of that motion, I will get this document out and about to all the interested parties. And then my commitment to you is in each and every month, I will update this document and get it back out to all the folks that are interested. So I'll continue to do that. All right, so that was the big one, Doug. And then you've got copies, I think, of what I called items of interest. And we won't go through all of these today. But we do have a budget that's coming up. We drafted a budget last summer. And now it's getting to the period of saying, okay, what are we going to do for the final budget? And so as we go through this and we think about it, we need to make some decisions if we're going to do anything with the funds or any of the line item definitions as we go into 26. Is there any simplification we want to do? Is there any kind of restrictions? And we need to embrace, so we say, changes in the funds necessary for new programs. And I just brainstormed a few. There's been a couple requests by the seniors for pickleball courts and vans. I know there's Brenda's got some ideas on the 250-year celebration that may need some funding. There may be some civic center enhancements here that maybe Jim or Brenda or others might be interested in making. I know, Dennis, you've been looking at putting in the administrator's office. So let's put all this together. Fire district, which Jason already talked about, the direction there and the impact analysis. This is my idea. I've done a lot of strategic planning in my corporate life. We need strategic plan and vision. And I said, why don't we put a vision for what is Crosby going to look like in 2035? I mean, we're getting a lot of people coming into the community. What do we want this community to have available by 2035 for all these new residents? If you look at Crosby Elementary School, they built one. Now they're building on another multi-million-dollar addition, and there's only going to be more. So one of the suggestions is let's proactively decide what we want this community to be and how we're going to better serve this community. I've got a meeting with Fort Scott residents coming up next Tuesday, and they're going to share with me what they would like to see. But we need each of the community elements of the areas saying, okay, what's that look like? And then there may be others, right, that need to be considered. So there's going to be a budget meeting, but I think it needs to be beyond that to strategic vision and plans for what the community is going to look like, drive it based on community interest, and then you all, the trustees, can take that under advisement as to what do you want done. Because some of the residents may say no growth, and others will say grow. Well, someplace in between is probably the right idea.
When do you want to have a budget meeting?
I haven't really planned it, but I was going to have a preliminary one in November, early November, before we have our next meeting, and then we'd have the real budget meeting after we've sorted out what are we going to invest in, and then we can have that budget meeting in late November. It has to be done before January 1 because that's the fiscal period that we'll have to have it all approved, and I got to get it all submitted down to Hamilton County for approval prior to the end of December. So if we have one preliminary, let's just discuss some things, then we have a meeting to say, okay, now let's turn that into money, because initiatives drive money. And then we say, okay, let's approve the money in the right funds, in the right line items. Then we could move it forward into December and say, okay, we're ready to submit to Hamilton County.
Our next board meeting is November the 10th.
Yep.
And so
Sometime
I would assume you want a standalone meeting because we want to be able to sit there and talk.
Right.
The
5th, 6th.
The week before that is
election week.
election week, so you're gonna be looking at after our next board meeting.
Well, unless it can be the 5th, 6th, or 7th. You know, after we do the election in here, then we could have another strategic and planning and discussion meetings, but it really depends on what you all want. My end date is I gotta have a budget approved
Well, I know
and
what you're-
implemented by December, end of December.
Yeah.
So,
Want to do it the 6th, that Thursday?
Thursday's fine for me,
Oh, shoot, I'm looking at the wrong month.
November 6th.
I didn't go the Thursday, the 6th?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my birthday week, so.
Well,
Well,
bring
we'll
it-
have to
bring a cake, bring a cake. We'll all share your birthday week.
Yeah, it's the month.
Yeah?
That's fine with me.
What?
November 6th?
Yeah.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. Anything else going on in this building on November the 6th, 7 o'clock
Night.
at night?
Do you need the department heads there also, or just you guys?
Well,
Well,
if you have ideas that you want considered funding, you should probably be here. Fight your battles on November the 6th, and then let's put it into money in the latter part of November, and then we'll submit it for approval with Hamilton County.
What time?
7 o'clock.
Yeah, Thursdays.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And then, once we get through, we'll call it the planning meetings and the budget meetings. There's a whole number of other things that I've got on my list of things that need to be done. So, purchasing, supply chain, human resources, IT and computer infrastructure, data management, cybersecurity. We're kicking that off next Tuesday. So that one's moving forward. We've looked at new payroll systems. We got a new accounting system. We've got you working on OTARMA for risk management, mitigation, and prevention. I've started talking to somebody about a new website. So there's a number of things that will need to be considered between now and the end of the year, and those initiatives will drive programs and opportunities for this community. So I think with that, we have enough on our plate in November and December, and then we'll start talking about, okay, what are the other elements that need to get done in order to enhance our abilities to satisfy our citizens in 26 and make sure that 26 leads to 27, leads to 28, all the way up to 2035. Even though I won't be here, let's put the plan in place to make this the community that not only everybody is moving into, but they want to move into, and we have a plan for commercialization, industrialization, and residence in Crosby Township. And I'll just say this to my farmer friend over here. At one time, we only grew corn and beans. We're growing houses. So what are we going to put in place to support the homes, the houses, and the families in this community? That's really the game plan going forward. So let's see if we got anything on the 6th. There's only chair volleyball at 10 a.m., so I think the room is available.
Unless it goes into overtime.
It's all good. So is that good enough for now on items of interest as we move forward? And I'll kick these items around. I send it to you on your emails. That's all good. Let's see. I signed off, and I know, Dennis, you signed off on the document that came in that wants us to validate that we've got enough money to carry our funds forward. You know, I forget who it was. It was, I didn't repeat the Fifth Third Bank balance is $1.6 million, and it's good enough to basically secure our place as a township. And then the last thing that I really wanted to talk about is we've got a policy binder, but we don't really have a policy for establishing and implementing policies and procedures in this township. So I want to put together that, and then there's a cover sheet, and then we'll follow your lead there, Dennis, to say, okay, we get this out to everybody, the last sheet they keep a copy, they sign it, and they get it back to us and say, yes, we will comply with all the policies and procedures for Crosby Township. That needs to be done, because in here, we got policies that are on all of our hardware, our rentals, credit card policies, sexual harassment policies, vehicle use policies, etc. We just need to make sure that this gets into the hands of all employees and all agents that are representing us in this township. They agree to comply with these policies. I'll write the policy on policies, get it going, and then we got to put out the statement that says, okay, we're going to train all the employees on this. All the department heads will do that, and we'll then start holding everybody accountable to our policies. I don't think I need a motion for that. I'll get the policy for policies built, and then we'll agree to it, and then we'll start rolling out all these policies. They don't have to be finalized anymore. We've got enough grit in this to say, okay, we know what we need to be doing. Now let's tell everybody. And then let's say, these are the consequences for bad behavior against the policies of Crosby Township. So you'll get that in the November meeting, and we'll get that started and roll it out. And if we get an administrator by the end of the year, they can carry this out. But we'll have a good governance model for Crosby Township going forward. So that's the last thing I really wanted to mention, is that we'll get that moving. Yes?
Anthem.
Pardon me? Oh, yes, Anthem. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. All right. Anthem always sends us a refund based on the money that our fire department pays. Their employees pay 20% of the premiums, and we pay 80% of the premiums. We just got a refund check for $6,366.42. In the past, I think the practice has been we distribute all that to the employees based on their pro rata share of the premiums paid. It seems to me that since we're paying 80% of the bill and they're paying 20% of the bill, that they should get a refund, again, based on the pro rata share of $1,273.28. Now, since that's a change in business practice, the trustees need to agree that that's the practice, so we want to either keep that going forward, give them 100%, or take the 20%, that is the $1,273, and distribute those back to all those employees, because that is a percentage of what they paid into have their coverage. We paid 80%. So I think I need a motion from these trustees that this be carried forward.
Jason, you got any track record on why the whole amount was going back to the firefighters?
No, I just know every employee that has insurance through Anthem
Yep.
got an email for the past couple of years saying,
This is your
check.
piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Coming back to you.
Right.
And I always went to the fiscal officer, and they divided it up and handed it out.
Right. We don't know the history behind why, or if anybody ever questioned it, but I started questioning it.
As far as business practice, if we're paying 80%, then we should get 80% of the refund. And the 20% that the firefighters pay, they get the 20%.
Yep.
Because they did pay into that, and that's their rightful.
Yeah. They
So
get,
I don't have a problem with that. What do you guys think?
I think it should be that way.
I'm
So-
okay. Yeah, I can't we have full-time firefighters. I don't think we had insurance refund because we never pay insurance. Is that right,
Nope.
Jason?
Yeah, we've
No.
always gotten something back from them.
It's
Yeah.
only since we have full-time firefighters, so.
yeah. But they should get their pro rata share. I mean, we should get refunded too,
Yeah.
as a township. That's my position, but
Well,
sounds like we got a couple
You need a motion on that, or you
I
just
need a
want?
motion.
I've moved that the 20% that the firefighters paid into, they get that amount back on the refund, and the township that paid in the 80% get 80% of the refund.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. We have a
Roll
first.
call.
Roll call. Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
All right.
Motion's passed. So you will still get a notice on an email of how much this is. Jamie will work up on the spreadsheet to be the pro rata share. This is how much premium you paid. This is the refund that you're getting. This is your net cost of healthcare insurance from Anthem for the past year. So we'll show all that out, and then they'll get the checks, however they get their checks. If they get written checks, we'll give them that. If they get the deposit, it'll be a deposit.
Okay.
Is this on?
It's always
the,
been a written check from you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this on a calendar year?
I'm not really sure.
I can look it up and see if it was a calendar year.
Yeah. Do you know? It's a calendar year, so it was for
Get it at the same time
every year. So it was for 24 or all of 25?
It can't be all of 25, so it's gotta be.
He's got to be the 24.
A year behind.
Okay, so
I guess you can just find out.
we'll find out, so we properly communicate that to you and all of your team members. And then they'll get their, so is it okay if we follow the payroll rules of if they get a check, they get a check. If they get ACH, you'll get an ACH deposit with a no?
No, we're gonna cut them a check.
Cut them a check? All right, they'll all be checks.
Sorry.
I don't think any of them get checks.
Yeah, they're all ACH.
They're all ACH.
Okay, but they'll get checks for this refund.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. We got that now squared away. Thank you, Jamie. All right, now I think I'm finally finished.
No, you're not. In your stack, we have a letter from the county engineer's office. It's regarding the vacation of proposed alleyways along the Long Alley and Cider Alley.
I have this to contribute. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
So, since I just got it, it was just mailed out October the 1st, 2025. So there's different alleys that they're wanting us to vacate, and listed as the budding property owners are in this document. So I would think that we would need to get a hold of the property owners and let them know that we were in the process of being asked to vacate the alleys. So,
I have a,
Actually, they're not township.
Applied to vacate the alleys.
well, let me go back, thanks to Jamie digging, because this person called and knew it was years ago that they had requested this. And so it goes back to October, this is from a Crosby Township Board of Trustees meeting from October 12th, 2009. But it does say in here that it was making this request. It says the trustees indicated that the township no longer has rights to the alleyway. They were relinquished to Hamilton County during the 1990s, but they would write a letter of support to have, so basically they're owned by the county, and are you up on this? And they, the county basically just wants us to do a resolution to okay it since it's in Crosby Township. Is that kind of the bottom line? So according to this, we don't even have a, what's that? Right. But it's Hamilton County's, it's not ours.
Well, are the petitioner, David and Kathleen Davies? They're the ones petitioning to vacate the alleys, which becomes, once they're vacated, they become owned by the abutting property owners, correct? Yeah.
When that was done, they kind of told the homeowners, you know, instead of doing a bunch of surveying and all that stuff, kind of work the thing out them, you know, you can have that, you can have that, because they just got rid of them because the alleys weren't where they used to be, because if a tree grew there, people started driving around that tree, or if our car was parked there. And I thought Don Myers was I think he was,
Yeah, he would have been probably.
and I thought he was.
Well, that's his, Alan was here in '09.
I gave Chuck that letter from 2005 this evening from Don Meyer's office.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Because Don Myers is here, because we were talking about it, about the alleys being moved and nobody knows where they're at. And where is Cider Alley? Where's that at? Behind your house? That's the first time I've ever heard of that one.
I really think that with the people that are calling, it'd be good if anybody who speaks on this all uses a microphone, because that won't be recorded, and it'll be like, it's like half a conversations for the people that try to understand what happened tonight.
Right. I agree.
No, they're not township road, so I thought you get private alleys that.
Well, here I guess a church is wanting to use it, and according to Don Meyer's letter, that they can basically just use it.
I'm not sure why did you get this?
I got it in an email.
But I mean, what do they expect the township to do?
It's like from the.
Are we supposed to?
Yeah, they really don't say what they want us to do, unless they're just telling me this. Here's that letter Chuck had.
Okay, so this is the last sentence says, will you please review and/or investigate this matter and report your findings to the board? So, our
But it's
findings to the board is that the Crosby Township doesn't have any skin in the game. And so,
If I remember, it started, the alley that goes behind the church is wanting to use it.
Yeah, the thing from Don Meyer was back, it was the church was wanting to use it, and he basically told them that they could just use it after he looked into it.
Isn't this, the county commissioners are addressing it to Jim Hetzel, the county engineer. And it says, will you, Jim Hetzel, county engineer, please review and/or investigate this matter and report your findings to the board?
so we have,
So the county engineer's got to take care of this.
right.
So
okay.
and then they are reporting it back to the Board of County Commissioners.
So we really don't.
Now,
have to do
why, because this is located in Crosby Township,
They probably just sent it to me.
but
Yeah, I
they don't
guess.
give you any explanation.
Yeah.
So
I
I
say
guess
we did,
we
let's
don't need
just,
to do anything.
let's just table
Well,
it.
I think somebody probably should call the county engineer, and find out,
Are you doing this?
yeah.
Are you gonna,
And
us a
are
report?
you, is the township supposed to do something?
right, we're supposed to get his report.
Because you're listed on here as a attributing landowner to that property.
You're a budding landowner,
Yep.
yeah.
No,
The
Doug,
Yeagers,
You got it emailed to you?
Lydia, and
I'll
a
look
company
into
called
it.
Yeah, why don't
Ellen
you-
Fix-It LLC.
All right, Doug's gonna call.
I'll
down
look
there.
into it. So that's tabled,
Yep,
hopefully
nothing for us to do.
forever.
All right,
I don't have any other old business. Dennis?
I didn't even know we were in old business yet.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, no, you're
that was
you're
tacked
right.
onto the fiscal officer.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
because I had that listed for old business. So you beat me to the punch.
Okay.
Sorry. We're doing Charlie yet.
No, I think we're done with Charlie now.
I'm done.
He's done.
Okay.
I'm done.
So old business, and I have none because that's you
All
brought
right.
up what I was going to
Only old business I have is, we were discussing, putting an office in back there, out of the zoning commission. You all gotten Dave Stalen's quote for putting in a 9x13 office. Ran it past Rick. He's in agreement with the location of it. You didn't bring the drawing out with you. If you want to see a schematic of it, we got a schematic. The remodeling job was for $7,870. We would need to have that in. by the time our
Budget?
well, we need to have it built by the time our
Okay, so it's.
township administrator gets there, so I'm pretty sure there's a line item in the budget that can come out of, because I was looking through it. So I'm pretty sure that can be covered, so I just need what everybody thinks. The only, in this price, it's for a wood door, and I called up Dave and I asked him if maybe it would be prudent if we put in a glass door so that if the person is working, and it's a full-time position, that they're in their office, they can look through their door and look down the hallway to see anything that's going on. So that would be a bump up in price a little bit for a glass door. So that's pretty much
And that's for this building.
this building.
And where in this building would they put it in?
Back in the zoning, right when you walk in the zoning, go straight in. We're gonna section off part of Rick's office.
They gonna divide like 50-50 or
Huh?
50-50% zoning?
He'll still
or
have more
60%?
than, you'll have 2/3 of that office
You
yet.
know,
We're gonna take out the cabinets along that wall and the sink, and all that work will be done. Rick said he could use some of the top cabinets back on the back wall, so we're gonna salvage what cabinets we can to use in other places. So I guess, if everybody's on board with that, we ought to have a motion so we can give Dave Stalen the okay to
How much is the quote for?
7870.
How much more do you think the door's gonna be?
8,500 total or something, or 8,000?
Yeah,
To a certain
I'm clueless on what a glass door is worth, but probably 500, probably be up higher. What, 700,
It's about 8,000 total, man.
8,500?
85, that'd be 700.
Yeah, because there'll be a door coming off and let's go not to exceed $8,500.
Does any money have to be appropriated for this?
No, I don't think so. I think it will come out of one of the funds that is for,
Maybe state that as such, then.
yeah, I should have highlighted it. I looked at it a long time ago. Whoever owns this fly up here, I wish they'd come up and get him. Yeah, I might be wrong on that. I guess
You
we-
also doing the renovation for the fiscal office?
not yet. We're gonna get that done
Done
first and then
Take a look up
tackle the
here.
other one. Yeah. That was the plan anyway,
Okay.
since we got so much stuff going on. I guess we need to approve. I thought I saw something but I'm wrong. So,
Where were you looking
well, it'd be under our general
General
fund.
fund,
Yeah.
Yeah.
run a line item then for $8,500 in there to build out the administrator's office.
Yeah.
Is that improvement of site, buildings? One of those.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd put under repairs and maintenance or what the heck you'd put under. You're just gonna have to pick one of these.
Maintenance is probably good because it is maintaining an office and
All right, here's repairs and maintenance,
There's not enough.
up there, 1,000-120-323.
What was that again?
That's at the top of the page,
Oh, okay.
second page.
Is there enough in there?
No,
Oh, we have to move.
there was, it's just about bled outs, but I'd put that 8,500. I moved that
We do that, is it separate? We have to do that separately or with the same thing?
yeah,
Is there enough money we can move from someplace else in, Dennis, to put it into that account to cover the 85?
you're gonna have to, you're asking me at the time when I got my head to the grindstone here, and I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Jamie,
The only,
help us find $8,500.
okay, I got it. It's the 1,000-120-599. It's other expenses.
Other,
There's 10,000 in it. We hardly used any out of it,
okay.
so I'd take it,
So it's
Take it
good
out of there.
We'll take it out of there.
yep.
So we just need a motion to say spend it out of that?
Yeah, we
other
need a
account?
motion
Up to, you said up to 8.
to go along. So,
What was the number again? Sorry.
1,000, 120, 599.
yeah, 599, other
599.
expenses.
Okay, so we'll spend 8,500 out of that other account
It's on the
Or-
second page,
for the
the
renovation
general fund.
of the zoning to include an office for the administrator.
Other
Oh, okay,
expenses.
thanks. Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay, I move. Did you make a motion, Chuck?
I make a motion up to $8,500 to put the administrative office in the zone department.
Okay,
A second.
second, all right, and then the roll call is Mr. Heiss,
Yes.
Mr. Lohman,
Yes.
Mr. Hyab.
Yes.
All right, motion passes.
Now, when we
Put that
take and
in the
hire,
motion- I would say, put that in the motion where the money was coming from.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will.
Go ahead.
and eventually when we hire our individual, they're gonna have to probably have some money to
Office,
office equipment, so we'll get to that when we get there.
okay,
All right.
anything else?
Oh, that's me, old business.
I got one. Did you pass this resolution yet supporting application for the Clean Ohio Conservation Fund, Branch Hill?
No, we could do that under, well, that's under old business.
Yeah, I figured that was old business, so I didn't know who was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, bring it up.
I'd sent the, well, it's not for me to do, but this is what, we took there was a template for this resolution for the Branch Hill. And I think I emailed everybody this revised resolution, which would be number
24.
24-2025.
All right, I'll read it. So it's in resolution number -24, 2025, resolution supporting an application for the 2025 Clean Ohio Conservation Fund, NRAC 2 for the Branch Hill Acquisitions LLC property, which is 59.25 acres in Crosby Township, Hamilton County, Ohio. That's where the old trailer park used to be, or they laid it out for a trailer park up there on 128 by Branch Hill. They never developed it, and then they waited too long, and then it was not allowed to be put in. So whereas the Board of Trustees of Crosby Township, Hamilton County, Ohio, the board has received a request for support of an application to the state of Ohio for the purchase of 59.25 plus or minus acres of land by the Cardinal Land Conservancy from Branch Hill Acquisitions LLC, which land is located along State Route 128, Crosby Township, Hamilton County, Ohio, and is auditor's parcel number 530-0060-0004-00, and whereas the Conservancy seeks a resolution of support from the board for the award of a grant from the State of Ohio 2025 Clean Ohio Green Space Conservation Program, which would allow the Conservancy to create a permanent nature preserve on approximately 59.25 acres of land. And whereas the board has reviewed this request and determined that the nomination of the property for the 2025 Clean Ohio Conservation Fund program is not in conflict with any policies of the township, and Whereas the Cardinal Land Conservancy, a nonprofit 501c3 land preservation organization, is an eligible sponsor for applications for the 2025 Clean Ohio Conservation Fund for properties in Hamilton County, Ohio. And whereas the Cardinal Land Conservancy, formerly the Land Conservancy of Hamilton County, Ohio, has worked since 1999 to preserve land in Hamilton County, Ohio for farmland and natural areas and open space. Resolution, therefore, be resolved that the following resolution be and is hereby adopted. Section 1, that the board support the application for a grant from the 2025 Clean Ohio Conservation Fund, NRAC2, by the Cardinal Land Conservancy on behalf of Branch Hill Acquisitions LLC for the purchase of approximately 59.25 acres of land by the Cardinal Land Conservancy from Branch Hill Acquisitions LLC in order to create permanent green space within Crosby Township. Section 2, that the board has determined that the purchase of the nominated land and the proposed use of majority of it as permanent green space is compatible with the long-range land use goals of Crosby Township. Section 3, that the board acknowledges that as sponsor, Cardinal Land Conservancy has agreed to hold, monitor, and supervise the land to be purchased with the 2025 Clean Ohio Conservation Program monies, and will do so in conjunction with the rights of the Public Works Commission according to the terms of the 2025 Clean Ohio Conservation Program. This resolution shall take effect and be enforced from and after the earliest time provided by law. Adopted our date, which would be 13th of October, and signed by the 3 trustees. So I move that we pass resolution 24, 2025.
You'll give me a copy of that?
You're going to get it right now.
Thank you. We need it signed?
Dennis, I got a question on that. If that goes into a land conservancy,
Yeah.
as far as zoning's concerned, would that be considered park?
Probably.
So something like that would have to be changed on the our land use plan.
Yep. Yeah, well, yeah, because it'd be permanent green space.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'd have to update our land use plan map.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you second it?
Not yet. I second it.
All right, roll call.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Yeah, what you can see is, his question was, before I second it. So.
Sign it and give it back to me.
Did you have anything else, Dennis?
Wait a minute.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. We talked about the Good Firehouse. We're going to have to appropriate some more money to keep us up to date with what's coming down the pike. So I would like to have, at this point, another $100,000 transferred into the building fund, which would be Fund 1,760,720, in order to keep us abreast of what is going to be coming down the pike. We're getting to the end, and we probably will have to do one more once they get that. The one thing that we haven't had submitted to us yet was the cost of the firewall that's going to go up by the sleeping quarters. That has not hit us yet. The architect is trying to they can take the block wall up to the beam that supports the roof, but then there's an open spot between the beam and their purloins that's got to be filled in by something. They're looking at rock wool and some fire retardant stuff, and that hasn't been ironed out yet and gotten approval. So, that's where we're at. So,
How do we make sure that fire retardant material is got the 3-hour burn qualifiers?
It'll be certified,
Okay,
so.
by the installer?
Otherwise, no, it has to be approved by the county.
County.
Yep. If that isn't right, they won't pass it.
So this would be Resolution 25-2025.
Yes.
And we're appropriating 100,000 from the general fund to which fund?
You just said it.
1,000-760-720.
What's the name of that account?
Buildings.
Buildings?
And what's the account number?
1,000
Uh-huh,
dash 760
uh-huh,
dash 720,
okay.
and then 4 zeros it's just,
000,
Zero.
and that's the building, is that the
Building.
it's just buildings.
building?
Buildings, yeah.
Okay,
So we have a first and we have a second.
Is that you made a motion?
He did it
I
as a
moved.
motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Lohman?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
let's see, this is 10, is it still the 13th? Are we into
Yep,
the
today's
14th yet?
Today's 13th yet.
Still
Ok-
13th.
Okay, that's all I have, other than,
Got to sign that.
yeah. Brenda, you had stuff about us getting new keys, new locks. What's the update on that? Are we just waiting to get the okay from the trustees to do it, or?
I would say we are pretty much ready whenever we have a minute to do it in.
Would
Because
it
I
behoove-
think you tell me it's okay and we roll. We've got,
Well,
Go ahead.
you know, we're having I guess it doesn't matter if we get a township administrator, they'll just get a key. Should we just go ahead and get that done so it's done? I mean, we've been
either way.
on this for a while. I would follow it through, in
Okay,
my opinion.
got it. We can do that.
Okay. That's all I have. I'm done.
Does that need any resolution? She knows where the money is going to be spent. She knows what the program, for keys?
It's all done.
It's all done?
We've got it this far, and the word that says go ahead, green light, will go. And, Jim can even work with me if he would like to. He looks real surprised, but it's okay. He'll be all right. We'll get it done.
It'll be good. All right.
I got a question about township administrator. You got report to the official officer and the trustee?
We're gonna go into executive session on that.
Okay,
Did you have any?
We gotta iron out
okay, I got some question about it.
items.
That's fine.
Do you have any old business? Chuck?
No.
All right, new business. So I have a simple resolution for that America 250. They just, so that we can get involved through the state. I'll just read it really quick. So I guess this would be a resolution number 26, 2025. Resolution of Crosby Township, Hamilton County of Ohio, supporting the Ohio Commission for the United States Semi-Quintessential America 250, Ohio. Whereas the Ohio legislature and the governor created America 250 OH in 2021 to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the United States and Ohio's integral role in that event and the role people on the nation's past, present, and future. And whereas America 250 Ohio hopes to engage all Ohioans and all 88 counties through their many signature and officially recognized programs, projects, and events over the next several years by inspiring future leaders and celebrating all Ohioans' contributions to the nation over the last 250 years. And whereas by adoption of America 250 Ohio resolution, we hope to educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate. Now therefore be it hereby resolved that Crosby Township, Hamilton County hereby endorse America 250 Ohio and their mission to educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate every Ohioan in every county. And it's further resolved that a copy of this resolution be sent to the municipal legislative delegation in America 250 Ohio Commission. Adopted by Crosby Township of County of Hamilton, the state of Ohio, on the 13th day of October, 2025. I make a motion to adopt that.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Hess? Heiss?
Yes.
Heiss?
Heiss.
Hyab?
Yes.
Mr. Lumen?
Yes,
And I need a copy of that.
you'll get it. And thanks to Brenda for
That
getting that
is-
together.
And that is
Spend any money on
Resolution
that.
26.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's all I have. Dennis, new business?
Nope.
Chuck?
None.
Other concerns? Starting next meeting for public at large, there'll be a sign-up sheet where you come in if anybody wants to get up and talk. That'll make it easier for us and for Charlie. He'll have the correct name spellings and their addresses, everything, so you don't have to keep asking them over and over again. And then also guests will have which will be listed under, will have 5 minutes to speak. And that's all I have, so.
Maybe we go into executive sessions, talk about the hiring of the township administrator.
I second it.
And I would like Alan to be there and Brenda, all the department heads, I would like to have in on this meeting, if you would,
And
on
Charlie.
the township administrator. Get everybody's input.
The
And Charlie.
trustees, fiscal officer, and all department heads.
Yep.
And the time of our adjournment for this meeting,
Well, go 9:06.
We haven't voted on it yet.
Right, we're not adjourning.
not adjourning, right?
We vote,
Just enter executive session.
Executive session. And-
yeah, vote on it.
Okay? And then adjournments later. Okay,
I vote yes.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, we'll resume the meeting at 9:45. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Oh, wait a minute, sorry.
Next meeting.
Our next regular business meeting will be November 10th, 2025 at 7 PM. Now I need a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.
Mr. Loman?
Yes.
Mr. Hyde?
Yep.
Approved.
9:45. I should have voted